Hi there, and welcome back to Stubbs Aquatics. As many of you know, as of late, I've been getting into planted tanks, and I'm loving it. I can't, well, it's like gardening 365 days a year, and it's enjoyable. It makes your tanks look, well, natural and realistic, not to mention it's beneficial for your fish and for your overall tank health. Now, as of late, I've been really paying attention to the lighting I'm getting. See, for your plants to grow properly, they need a proper amount of lumen and Kelvin, a minimum of 7,000 Kelvin and 3,000 lumen. So you really want to look for proper light. And I found some. You might remember I did a review about a month or so ago on Seaoura light. Now, where I had it, I decided to change the location. See, I wanted to put it in another tank where I had a lot of plants, and I really wanted to showcase my fish. So come on with me. I'm going to show you this tank, and the fish are loving it, and I'm really enjoying it. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to be using a nursery tank. And what I mean by a nursery tank is it's a plant nursery. I've got lots of stem plants that need quality lights because, well, they're stem plants and they don't get that much nutrients from their roots. So what they're relying on is the nutrients in the water and, of course, good lighting system. Now, as many of you know, when I do reviews, I do like to compare it to another light that I currently use. And I'm going to be comparing this programmable light against another quality light being the Higher programmable light. This is the Higher programmable LED light. Their control is actually attached to the light itself. You can control it by setting the time and by pressing a button. Time flashes so you can modify what time it actually is, as this is a clock. And you just keep pressing this button and you have your choice of 12 or 24 hour. And then you can program the time on, time off, and the coloration of the lights. Lots of color on this light system, and you can control whether it's 100% right down uh, to 10% with this particular model. Got lots of different colors. What I do find with this light is that it can be rather sensitive. So if you brush up against it, that light touch will change your color. Or you can brush up against it and you can modify your time. One other issue with this light, it's not an issue per se, is that if the power goes off, you do have to change the clock, but all your other programming time being on and off stay. This is the Seaoura SR666 programmable light. Got a built-in temperature gauge and alarm, which you can hear. It's audible, and it's because it's below the temperature range that I had set it for. This great product has many features. That being that you can program the time of day, whether it's in 12 or 24-hour clock, to your local time. It has almost 8,000 LEDs for your plants and fish. This light allows you to program any color you want and however bright you would like it. The adjustable timer controls both the light for day and for night. And not to worry if you lose power. There's a battery that comes equipped with this light, so there's no need to re-edit your time. There's a built-in temperature alarm, which you've already heard. And that's a great feature that I've never seen on another light before. If you don't like the alarm system itself, you can turn it off, which is another great idea. The light itself is an aluminum chassis. Although it's not waterproof, it's water resistant. So don't worry if it gets splashed by your fish or by your filtration. Comes with expandable brackets. Now on this particular tank, where I've got it on now, is a 3-foot long tank, and it's a 3-foot or 36-inch light. So it's perfect to set for this particular size tank. This light itself is suitable for all freshwater tanks. Now let's get to some really important facts. There's almost 10,000 Kelvin in this 36-inch 42-watt light. It's got almost 3,800 lumens. Magically, I have glasses on now. I had to do a little bit more reading. But with this particular light, you have two great settings, that being the S1 and the S2 setting. S1 setting is if you want your light to come on at a certain time, you program it and you program it to come off. You can control the coloring of the lights and the intensity anywhere from 5% to 100%. That's 20 increments. I don't think I've ever seen a light that does all that. And then there's the S2 function, which you control everything. That means you control the time it comes on and then the light intensity. But during the day, as the day progresses, you control what color the light is, how strong that light is, and for how long you want each cycle. There's 5 cycles on that before nighttime. And you control everything from the colors to the intensities to the times. Then you control if you want some kind of light at nighttime. Many people like a little bit of blue light at night. I personally like all light to come off at a certain time, but that blue light does look cool. I'm going to show you how to use the controller. It's pretty simple once you get onto it. You turn it on, you want to set the time. And being that it's just shortly after 1 p.m., I'm going to set it for 1 p.m. or shortly after. And you just use the plus minus to scroll up. Now, once you hit the 1 p.m., you let the machine know it's okay. You press the on off, and it'll flash to the minute hand. Being that it's about 1:10 p.m., I'm going to let it know that it's okay, and whether I want the 12 or 24 hour. And now it's set. We'll move next to whether we want to set it for the S1 or S2 program. We'll start off with the S1 program. This is a great program for setting, and then you're done for the day. So we're going to, when it flashes on or off, or plus minus, it's on.
We're going to click the right top button, let it know it's okay, and it's going to show us at 6:30 in the morning. Well, I want it to come on at 7:30, so I've hit the plus sign. I'm going to press the top right button, let it know that it's okay. It's going to flash for the minute sign. I'm going to say, well, 7:30 is good for me, and now it's going to ask me what brightness do I want on when it comes on, and also what color. So I'm going to set that now by using the color button and your choice of white, green, red, blue. It's going to ask me what time to confirm I want the light to turn off. I'm going to go with 10 p.m. It's flashing. And I'm going to press the top right button. It's going to go to the minute. And if I wanted to change it, I could have. I'm just going to let it know that's what I want and that the S1 is on. It's going to go on at 8 a.m. and off at 10 p.m. Now, if I want to change that, I can change that by turning the S1 to the off position. And that you just do it until it's flashing and then hit off and then confirm it by pressing the top right button. I now want to go to S2. In order to use S2, S1 has to be off. It's now registering that S1 is off. I'm now on S2, and I'm going to set it so it's going to come on. By holding the top right button down, you'll note that the off starts flashing, and then you use plus or minus to turn it back on. I've now wanted it's on, so I'm going to hit the top right button to confirm that. I just love this program on S2. You can control everything. Set it to come on at 8 a.m. and it's going to come off 8:35 at this time for a specific light. I'm confirming it by pressing the top right button, and then it's going to give me my options of brightness and colors. Well, I don't want it too bright first thing in the morning. I don't want to scare my fish. So I'm going to set it for a relatively low number, and I'm going to go with the color red. Well, 100% is way too bright for first thing in the morning. So I set it down to 30%. And that works for me, and it's a nice color. So the next time it's flashing, well, what time do I want the next level or time to be? Well, I don't want it to go out to 5 p.m., so I've set it back until about 9, and then I'll add a few more minutes to it. I'll just confirm at 9 o'clock. I hit the right top button and the minutes are flashing. So now I'm going to change it to 9:15. Going to hit the right top button again, confirming that, and then it's going to ask me what color do I want and for what brightness. Come on at 9:15 a.m. Well, I'm going to pick out my color here, which is going to be white, and I'm going to go with 65%. And that's my next program. That starts at 9:15 and goes until, well, I'm going to go with 4:30. And I'm going to confirm that by pressing the top right button. And it's going to ask me what color and what percentage I want. I'm going to go with quite a high number, being that I'm going to run it till 4:30 p.m. So I'll keep the plus button until I hit the number I want, which is 95%. That's going to be pretty bright. And now the next time is from 4:30 to 10 p.m. And that 10 p.m. you can change by plus minus to whatever time you want. Being I really like the blue in this light, I'm going to go with, believe it or not, 100% on blue light from 4:30 to 10 p.m. Again, it's all your preference, and it is one strong blue light. You can see it reflecting on my hands. And I said it's strong, and it's a great light. You'll really like it, and it's really simple once you get onto this setting it. Not a problem at all to use. Just remember to always confirm with the top right button, and it's going to ask me next from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. You want a light on. I don't want a light on, so I've hit 0. Now, if you look at the bottom digital, it indicated that my temperature was 72.5 degrees Fahrenheit in the tank. There's a built-in sensor and alarm with this light, so if you go under or over a certain temperature, an alarm will sound. You can control that by hitting the temperature button just above my thumb here and set the high, low temperatures. And that's just by using the plus minus as I'm right now. Obviously, I don't want it in the high 90s, so I'm going to bring down that temperature. Being that I have relatively cool water tanks, I've set the temperature for 77 degrees Fahrenheit for the high range. That way the alarm will set. And I've set it for 64.4 for the low range. I've been set. And I've confirmed everything. Now to confirm that's the temperature settings you want, you press the temperature button again and it'll stop flashing. You're now all set. For this demonstration, I've filled a mason jar with very hot water. I've set a probe from a different digital thermometer that I have. It's going to register in the high to mid 40s Celsius, which is very hot. That's well over 112 degrees Fahrenheit. So this is what I'm going to use to test. I'm going to place the probe from the light into the mason jar and see what happens. That didn't take long for the alarm to sound. And it'll keep sounding until the problem is rectified. If you look at the digital reading at the bottom, you can certainly see that climbing quickly. It's already over 116 degrees Fahrenheit, which you can change to Celsius at any time you want. I've removed the probe and I'll put that back in the tank, and once the temperature drops to the proper level, the alarm will stop sounding. Now don't forget to put the battery in this unit. It goes in the back, and that saves all your settings in case of power failure. They supply the battery even. You don't see that often. In fact, they give you 2. The color button, which is this one here, you can obviously see with the coloring, and by pressing it, you can pick the colors you want. These colors are extremely solid, and well, they're pretty intense, to be honest. It sure is nice to have that many options for color. Well, I've decided to move this light over to my 4-foot Aurelius barb tank. This tank is, well, it's one of my favorite tanks, and it's deep.
So the lighting I have on it currently, it needed a little extra help. Plus with the program features here, I can control the time and the coloration of the lights. So I'm going to put a little bit more red in than I would normally use in my aquariums. But that's going to benefit the plants, and it's really going to showcase those Aurelius barbs in behind me. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope this will help you, pick out the light that you want for your aquarium. See, I don't get paid by these companies. I do get the benefit of getting the product and trying it out. And I would tell you if I didn't like it, and I'm loving this light. It's easy to program. What I like also about that is there's no remote that I'm going to lose. It's attached to the light because, well, I'm famous for losing remotes and pretty much anything else. Well, thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and don't forget to check out the links that I've left down below for this great company. Thanks again. We'll see you real soon. Bye for now.